Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about SCOTUS versus Trump, Alien Enemies Act edition. The Supreme Court of the United States issued a temporary halt on Trump's actions in a case that is rapidly developing. The court's order freezing Trump's plan came in response to an emergency appeal filed on Friday. Attorneys for the people in question said they were at immediate risk of being removed from the country and that they had not been given sufficient notice to challenge their removal. DOJ had said that no flights were planned, but they reserved the right to resume them as soon as Saturday. The turnaround time from the Supreme Court was quick, and the response direct. The Friday emergency appeal was responded to early Saturday morning. And while the court didn't explain its reasoning, there's no question about the order. The order says, quote, "The government is directed not to remove any member of the putative class of detainees from the United States until further order of this court." The chain of events began Friday. U.S. District Judge James Boasberg, who wants contempt proceedings against the Trump administration, appeared as though he wanted to intervene on Friday night, but didn't believe he had the power. He said, quote, "I am sympathetic to everything you're saying. I just don't think I have the power to do anything." The ACLU took the case to the Supreme Court, saying that people were at immediate risk due to the administration's apparent plan to remove them, in direct contravention of the court's April 7th ruling that required the administration provide minimum due process before removal. Trump is using a law from the 1700s as the basis of his actions. The 1798 Alien Enemies Act provides wide-ranging wartime authority. This is the second time Trump's use of the law has made its way to the Supreme Court. This time, Justice Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito dissented from the court's order, but the brief order didn't explain why. There was an indication that a statement from Alito would come later. That's not entirely surprising since the order came out around 1 a.m. It's important to acknowledge that much like other cases winding through the courts, this case is actually about a legal question, not an overall outcome. This is about due process. It's not really about deportations, and that seems to be getting lost in some of the coverage. So, the obvious question at this point is whether the order from the Supreme Court will be followed by the Trump administration. There's not a lot of ambiguity in the order, and it would be hard to cast any violation of the order as an accident. But it's the Trump administration, so we don't really know what the plan is yet. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.